Although we're going to be making a full pizza today, it's not about the pizza. It's all about the crust. So I've prepped all of my ingredients for my toppings already. And right here are the actual ingredients that we're going to need for the crust. This is an amazing cauliflower crust. It's so easy, it's simple, and to me, it's actually easier than a dough crust. So if you want a little healthier version for a pizza, cauliflower crust is the way to go. I'm gonna bring you guys up closer so I can go over the ingredients and we can get started. Okay, so for the cauliflower, what I am using is organic riced cauliflower. There is absolutely nothing in this, here are the ingredients, but organic cauliflower, okay? It literally says ingredients, organic cauliflower. Now, if you want to use a fresh head of cauliflower, be my guest. You can absolutely do that. It's going to take a little bit more preparation, and I will show you what you need to do if you're using fresh riced cauliflower. You will also need a food processor in order to rice it. So why not just go ahead and buy it already riced? Plus, these two bags, I think each one was like $1.79 or something like that. Each one typically makes a pizza crust. Although I'm doing this together, I will be making two. The head of cauliflower probably costs that per pound. So, but if that's what you want to do, go right ahead. That's great. You'll need some mozzarella cheese, cream cheese, and an egg that we're going to lightly beat. As far as seasoning is concerned, you want to season your cauliflower because cauliflower is pretty bland and it takes on the flavor. So I will be using some of my all-purpose prep seasoning. I will also be using herbs straight from my garden. I will be putting in some thyme, oregano, and a little basil. You will also need olive oil. The only other thing that you will really need will be a rubber spatula, and I'll explain that and why it actually needs to be rubber as we go along. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put both bags into our bowl. Now we're going to add in our other ingredients. This is the mozzarella cheese, cream cheese, just a pinch of basil, a pinch of oregano, and a pinch of thyme. Going in now with some of my all-purpose prep seasoning. Okay, from here you want to go ahead and make sure everything is well combined, that you have some of this egg, some of this cheese, some of the cream cheese, as well as the seasonings all over your entire cauliflower. Cauliflower is wet. It has a lot of moisture in it, whether it's frozen or fresh. So the first thing we need to do is dry it out. It doesn't matter if you're using fresh or frozen. So I have a tray, just a simple baking tray lined with foil. Now some of you all are going to ask me, can you put this on parchment paper? And I'm going to tell you right now, I have no clue. I have never put it on parchment paper before. I've always used foil. Foil is one of my go-tos. I'm just not that person that is really bothered by foil. So we're using foil. If you want to use parchment paper, I would say give it a try and then let me know how it worked out for you. Okay? So go ahead and put all of your cauliflower on the tray. At this time, make sure your oven is preheated to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Spread it out in an even layer. You have see a little chunks of cream cheese or something, just go ahead, mash it up and kind of stir it in. But for right now, we want to dry this out for about 15 minutes, just until it starts to turn golden brown a little bit, just slightly, very slightly. You don't want it to actually completely cook yet. So I'm going to put this in the oven and we'll be back. Okay, so our cauliflower is out of the oven and we have a little setup here. So just let it cool enough so that you can handle it. But here's my bowl. In the bowl, you want to sit a colander. In the colander, you want to sit paper towels, okay? Now we're going to put our cauliflower into this bowl, in the colander, in the paper towel. So let me grab the cauliflower and I'll be right back. Okay, we are out of the oven, as you can see. Looks pretty dry. It's nice and kind of golden brown. It also took on a little of the color from the paprika that's in my seasoning. So now you just want to take a spatula and get it up just like that and put it in the paper towel. If you are using fresh cauliflower, you cannot skip this step at all. You shouldn't skip it no matter what, because it needs to be all the moisture out of it. Now, I'm not going to get very much moisture, if any at all, because I use the frozen already riced cauliflower. So it just does not have as much of a water content as the fresh does. Now from here, you want to put another paper towel on top. And what we're going to do from here is just press it down. We're trying to get any extra moisture out of it. This is not going to have any moisture really in it. I'm really kind of just demonstrating for those of you all who want to use fresh cauliflower. I still do this step because just in case there's a little extra moisture or water in this cauliflower, I want to get it out. So all I'm doing is pressing down on top of this paper towel, firmly pressing it down. If this had a lot of water content from fresh, then the water would be in the bowl. Okay? Now, before I take it out, I just want you all to see my bowl is still empty. There's no more water in here. So now we're just going to take this out of here and dump it into the bowl. Set this aside for a second. We need a pie plate. You can use a solid pie plate or one like I have. It doesn't matter. You can actually use anything. You can use a just a baking sheet or whatever you want. And with this, you want to use a piece of parchment paper, okay? So now I'm going to use about half of this mixture for the first one and the other half for the second one. The first thing we need to do is take a little olive oil and we're going to brush that over our paper. Just maybe about a teaspoonful. And you just want to coat your paper with it for where you're going to be placing your pizza crust. Okay, so I'm going to take about half of this. I'm not going to specifically measure, just going to eyeball it. I think that's about halfway. Now, this is why we need the rubber spatula. If you use a metal spatula or anything else, it's going to stick horrendously. And you're just going to be peeling it off and trying to get it back on. But for whatever reason, the rubber, it does not stick to it. You can just mash it down. Now you want to create your actual crust. We want this to be about 1/4 of an inch thick. You don't want it to be too thin, and you definitely don't want it to be very thick. So I like to make it into a circle if I can, but you don't have to. You can just make it into a square, a rectangle, or any shape you like, no shape at all. The biggest thing is to make it even and not very thick. Okay. Okay, now we are going to go back in a 400-degree oven for maybe about 10 minutes or so until it's nice and golden brown, and then I'll show you what we need to do next. This is out of the oven for the first half, okay? Now we actually have to flip it over, and this is the part that you're going to need to be careful because this just got out the oven. You can't really let it get cold and start over. You gotta flip it and cook the other side. But it's getting nice and crispy on the edges here. You can see that. It's nice and firm. So what we're going to do, you'll probably need 2 dish towels or hand mitts. Now we're gonna take another piece of parchment paper and we're gonna lay it on top, just like that, okay? Now, this is hot. So what we need to do is take our towel and now put it on top of it just so that we can handle it. Remember, your plate, your actual pizza tray or whatever tray you're using will be hot as well, okay? So now we want to take this and we are going to take this off, okay? Now we're going to slide this down on this side. Make sure that your parchment paper is under it and peel this one off. And as you can see, because of the oil, it's still wet. So now we need to crisp up this side. As you can see, it's not as crispy. It's starting to crisp on the edges, but it's still really soft in the middle. So we're gonna go back in the oven for about 10 or 15 minutes and get this side done as well. Okay, our crust is ready. Look at that, doesn't that look amazing? We have nice crispy edges. Oh my goodness. Now, when it comes to your cauliflower pizza, less is more. It's a very thin and tender crust. It's not flour, it's not heavy, it's not doughy. So if you put a lot of toppings on it, it's gonna fall apart. Simple as that, it's going to fall apart. Now what I have here is some of my homemade salsa that I made, and I like to use salsa on my pizza, whether it's a flour pizza crust or a cauliflower, it doesn't matter because it's got a lot of flavor, okay? And I also like the chunkiness of it, and it just adds more to the pizza, especially if I'm just doing a cheese pizza or something like that. Oh my goodness, the amazing flavor. Don't put your sauce all the way to the edge. You want to leave a little rim and then spread it out. Like I said, when it comes to the pizza crust, and actually that's any pizza, but particularly this kind, less is more. And that goes for your toppings as well. You can put any toppings you want on there. I will share my toppings with you. But if you're going to do something like a meat lover's pizza, then you're just going to have to put a couple of pieces of each type of meat. You can't load it up like it's a flour crust. It will fall apart. I'm being honest. It will fall apart. Okay, so don't think you're gonna have, I'm having this cauliflower and load it up with pizza. Well, first of all, the cauliflower crust is supposed to be a little healthier anyway, and so therefore you shouldn't be loading it up with anything. But that's just my opinion. Okay, so what I have here is I have some chicken breast that I cooked. And if you're going to put chicken on a pizza, I like to have it, I did this in my air fryer. I like to have these nice little crunchy bits because not only does it add texture, but it also adds color too. I'm going to be putting on some green peppers, some onions, and a few mushrooms along with our cheese. So let's go ahead and put down some of our chicken. And I am actually doing 2 pizzas, so this is the first one. Went in with a few green peppers. A few mushrooms. And again, feel free to put whatever you want on your pizza. Okay? Onion. And I have both shaved and shredded mozzarella cheese. I'm gonna put a little bit of both on here. And for a little added color, I have a little mixed cheddar cheese here. It's just white and yellow cheddar cheese that I had shredded. And we're going to bake this in, again, 400-degree oven, just until our cheese pretty much melts. And we'll be back. Okay, these are the two that I made. Aren't they amazing? Quick, simple, and easy. And they smell so, so good. Ooh, oh my goodness. I'm gonna set this one aside. We're gonna slide this one off so we can cut it and give it a taste. If you are new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me today here in my kitchen. I really do appreciate each and every one of you guys. Take a second and subscribe to the channel. Let's get to 1.5 million returning subscribers. Thank you so much for keep coming back and hanging out with me. I really do appreciate you, and channel members, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Don't forget to check out my other channels, Pam's POV, where I do other tips, tricks, and hacks that are not related to cooking. Pam's Pop-Ups, where I go live and we talk about everything and cook and garden and anything. And at the Scaredy Cat Gardener, my gardening channel, all on YouTube. Okay. Ooh, this smells amazing. I'm going to cut right into this. Delicious, delicious, delicious. Ooh. Okay. Ooh, I need to sharpen this. I'm gonna show you all how to sharpen your pizza cutters because mine needs to be sharpened. Ooh, I would have been better off with a knife. But that's okay. That's okay, that's okay, that's okay. Ooh. There we go. Matter of fact, let me grab a knife. Ooh, make sure I cut through this piece of chicken right here. That's better. That is better. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Can y'all hear it crunching? Look at that. It looks amazing. Oh my goodness. Cut me off a little piece. Oh. Ooh. That salsa. I don't care if it's store-bought or homemade. Try salsa as your pizza sauce. It will not disappoint. Ooh, I can taste my Pam's Prep all-purpose seasoning, the onions, the garlic, the mushroom, the cheese, and the cauliflower that has been seasoned. This is so good. Guys, you have got to try this. Oh my goodness. And I will see you all next time. The good Lord willing and the creek don't rise. Bye-bye.